Hey guys, it's Nenna here and welcome back to my channel and yet another cast. How are y'all doing? I am doing so much better. Honestly, I feel a lot better this week. I think that I'm finally getting back on track. Been doing more Sims, been doing more videos. I've been actually okay. Want to hear something? I'm actually an old person on the inside. Now, I wouldn't class the things that I do as something only old people do, but if I were to tell my friends that I am into these things, they would probably tell me that these are granny activities, and I'm about to share with you these granny activities. So, as y'all know, I'm a very relaxed person and I love being a nerd and playing games like Sims or League or horror games or whatever. I also love laying in bed and watching horror movies. These things are not exactly, I don't know many old people. At least my grandparents were never really into scary movies, or even my grandmother, who is a bit younger than my grandparents were. I think there's like 4, 5, 6 years between them, but even she's not into like horror movies. I'm drifting off. Yeah, but I also love reading, and taking walks, and I love taking care of plants and being a cat lady. And now I have picked up a hobby that I used to do when I was, I think, like 9, 10, 11, 12. Not exactly sure on the dates here, but I used to love knitting with my grandmother. My grandmother is the one who taught me how to do it, and I remembered that together we actually knitted a hat for my doll at that time, and like we knitted an entire outfit, and it's honestly like one of the best memories I have, but I hadn't done it in years. Huge fan of those things, and I've recently been getting into knitting again, as I was saying. I'm really excited to get back into it, and one of my first projects is a little cat hat, and I don't mean a hat in the shape of cat ears. I mean an actual hat for my cat. He's not per se a cat that goes outdoors, or he's not naked. It's not a hairless cat, but he has this, no, with age, he's been more relaxed, and he's always let me put things on him, like blankets and little doll hats. And it's weird because he doesn't like it for more than a few minutes, but he still will let me do it. And I don't really believe in dressing your cats up all day long. I think that if they clearly, show you that they don't like it, you can take it off. I actually bought a little bow tie for my cat. My cat is black and white, and I think that breed is common to be named as like a tuxedo cat, or it's tuxedo-ish. I think he looks more like a cow. See, I can see some tuxedo in him as well. He's like black from the back, and then the other side is like white, and he has like a white ring around his neck. I just thought it would be so cool if he had a little bow tie, and then I decided to put it on, and he actually didn't mind. Like I said, I wouldn't let him, walk around with it, because he could, get caught behind things, or the other cats could like slap him and get caught in that as well. We don't want that to happen. And I decided that I wanted to knit him a little hat, and I just really wanted something that I thought, okay, I need a drive, right? I need to get into this. I need a drive behind it, and I decided that knitting myself a little cat hat is the drive that I need, and the little plan that I'm going to need to make for myself in order to get myself stimulated enough, motivated enough to start trying it again. And I really thought that I wouldn't struggle so much doing it. Actually both thought that I would struggle and not struggle at the same time. But what it is like knitting, when you think about it, it sounds easy. And for those reasons, I thought, how hard can it be? But at the same time, when I thought about the whole project, I thought, oh my gosh, that's going to be such a struggle. And the first time I tried knitting again, I was doing it in the dark, watching my videos right before bed, and I'm like, yes, why is it not working? I'm stuck on the same thing for like 2 hours. Why is it not working? Turned out that I actually had to, well, first of all, I had to make the loop right, which I didn't. And then second of all, I was doing it in the dark, so I didn't see shit. But the second time that I did it was like during the day, and it took me so long. And my brother's girlfriend actually knows how to do crochet, so I asked her how to do that, and she said it's easier to learn. Like, she said knitting is for advanced people, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I forgot a step. But I never learned how to crochet. My grandma was a die-hard knitter, you know, and I sat on the couch. Even my mom knows how to crochet, so I sat on the couch. I watched a video on how to crochet, and crocheting is like with one needle with like a hook, and knitting is obviously with 2 needles. I think you can use one, but in your hand, but I use both needles. But I was watching this video, and I just couldn't get it for the life of me, and it was yeah, I got really frustrated because it looked way easier than knitting, and so I just said, you know what, I can't do this anymore. So I quit the video. I went back to my double needles. I'm like, I'm gonna master this. Master it. I will master this. And then I suddenly just, I was watching a video as well, and I didn't really understand what this guy was doing at first, but I thought, hey, wait, something clicked in my head. I think an old memory or an old skill came back, and it worked. So now I am knitting, and I love it. So far, I love it. The only thing is that I get a bit of an arm pain. I'm not sure if I'm holding it weirdly or I'm just not used to muscles and using the muscles, but I mean, after this month and last month, after the beginning of this year, basically, I haven't been very active, and I need to get back into like a healthy routine, and I've definitely not been very, like I said, active. I'm a little lazy, but I allowed myself to be lazy because hard times require self-care and self-love and rest. And are we really gonna, you know, make life harder and by making super healthy meals and being like you know, I thought, I'm gonna eat out, I'm gonna be lazy, I'm gonna sleep a lot, I'm gonna do everything that I can to make myself, or to make my life a little easier during that time, and it worked. I love it. I don't regret it. Besides now that I'm getting a sore arm from knitting. Freaking knitting is exhausting. So I hope you guys enjoyed my little knitting story. I know it's about absolutely nothing, but I want these casts. I just want it to be so lighthearted. You can watch it and play your own music, or you can listen to me babble about nothing, but you will never get stressed from me unless you find my voice stressing. I mean, there are people that think that. There's many people that say that my voice is relaxing, which at the same time I'm like, how? But I can totally understand if you just like type and listen to my babbling. It's literally like about nothing, but I just pretend. I'm not even pretending, but I mean, I guess I'm pretending that there's someone here listening to me, or I'm telling a story to a good friend, and it's so fun to be able to share some of my life with you guys. And even if I'm forgotten like 5 minutes after, I still really enjoy the thought and the process of this. So thank you all so much for watching these casts and allowing me to do them. I really like doing them. Anyway, this will be up for download like always. I don't really had a theme in mind for this video. I just did, and it worked. And I finally made this very light haired, fair skin-ish, blondish girl. I wanted to use a bit more of a fairy tale goddess inspired items or accessories, but I quickly realized that I never did the CC shopping video that I wanted to do, or at least the CC shopping spree that I wanted to do. And because of that, I just don't have a lot of content. I still don't have a lot of the content that I would need for that. So unfortunately, that's not gonna happen. But we can all hope and dream that I will eventually, and then I'll make a new video. Definitely. Alright, so I want to thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! You can have it douse, not what I'm about. Have your fucking cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round. Bitch, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me. A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can, and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that